Hey, welcome to another episode of the Kalabaw CNC vlog. Okay, so I mentioned a little bit in the last video. I was talking about some of the different versions of the Kalabaw CNC machine. Yeah, so the lightweight version, I was just going to call it, I've got a couple names I was going to go over, so yeah, just wanted to go over that a little bit today. So the lightweight version, kind of okay, so here's another thing about the design, about the architecture before I get into the names. The one that you see on all the images right now is kind of designed with taking the V-slot squares, and it's got 4 of them by 2, so it's 4 by 2, and that's kind of the main guides, the axes guides. And then the rest of it's angle bar, right? Okay, so here's one of the concepts of the whole CNC, the Kalabaw CNC design, was to be able to build it anywhere. Like literally, I want to be able to source the materials to assemble this thing anywhere in the world. I mean, I could be in South Africa, I could be in India, I could be. I actually was looking over where you guys are from, the people that are watching these videos. So you guys are from all over. I mean, I've seen stuff in Belgium and Turkey and everywhere. So this is really exciting. This is what I'm after. I want to be able to build it. I want you guys to be able to build this thing no matter where you are. And I know that, okay, so according to the OpenBuilds V-slot site, they say their parts are able to be sourced from anywhere in the world. And I'm sure there's people in Europe that are building these things using a V-slot, and they've got suppliers there. The thing is, I don't want to tie this design to V-slot or T-slot or anything. So all I'm really going off of is the V-slot shape. It doesn't have to be like the actual T, the slot piece, but just the V groove, and square bar. So, I mean, if you've got square bar and you can take a CNC machine and machine a V down it, then you've got your guides. So that's kind of what I'm going for, is to be able to in the sense, following in the style of rep, be able to take the machine and reproduce itself in that sense. So you wouldn't necessarily be tied to aluminum V-slot or T-slot, or you could go to like a steel square bar or stainless steel square bar and then machine your own guides in there. So that's kind of what I'm after. And then it could be 4 by 2, it could be 3 by 2 or 3 by 1. It doesn't particularly matter. I'm trying to make the design as flexible and open as it can possibly be. So I'm gonna put together a couple different sort of outlines, and I'm gonna give them names. So that's what I was after, right? So I wanted to be able to cover the lightweight version would be probably a 1 by 1 guides. And again, you could make it, laptop size or make it bigger if you wanted to. Again, the flexibility is the basis of all of this, and so I was gonna call that lightweight one. That's a 1 by 1, the water skimmer. Yeah, I think that's what it was, or water strider. That's it, the water strider. And then the standard one would just be the Kalabaw standard. And then I wanted to do some bigger ones because I know there's a lot of people, especially if we get into like 3D printing of metals, and this is all working like I'm expecting it will. Then we're gonna want to be able to build bigger, have bigger build spaces. So. For doing stuff like like a classic hard body World War II motorcycle frame. I mean, like one of those rare frames. If you could scan it, have a model of it, and then 3D print that, that's amazing. Or maybe you wanted to go bigger. Maybe you wanted to build like a classic 1930s old Ford truck or something. Or you want to be able to, machine out or 3D print an engine block, maybe a big engine block, like for a big rig or something. So maybe you want to be able to build bigger things like that, or airplane parts or something. So I wanted to make sure we have a one that's about sized for like about a motorcycle frame size and dimensions, kind of long and a little bit narrower and tall. Not too tall, but taller. And then the real big one, the garage size one. So I wanted to at least put together designs for those, and if we get that far in our builds, those will kind of be stretch goals when we get to actually maybe putting together funding with a crowd campaign. That's something we can look at down the road. I just wanted to be able to have designs that we could then work with. So the namings for those, the sort of motorcycle frame sized one, I wanted to call that, and this kind of goes to a little bit of a Filipino play on words with the Filipino language, and I'll explain that here. Okay, so I wanted to call it the Kalabaw Wild Bad Boy. And the terminology, or the play on words there is bad boy. If you switch that around in Tagalog, in Filipino, you could make a slight change and you have bab boy, B-A-B-B-O-Y, bab boy is one word. That actually means hog or pig. Okay, so going with the hog, wild hogs. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I thought that was kind of neat. So wild bad boy for that one. And then for the big one, you guys are going to love the big one. I'm calling that the Kalabaw mother-in-law. Okay, so let me know what you think about the names. Feel free to comment, respond. Love to hear back from you guys, and talk to you later. See you, bye.